What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. As always, my name is Orlando Martel, and this is Martel Dynamics. Look, first of all, if you hear this, that's a fan that I have almost right to my face here because it's hot, people. It's hot as fucking Puerto Rico. I mean, it's ridiculous. And if you don't have AC like me, you're f***ed. I mean, there's a heat wave for something that's just, if you see me sweating or some shit, I apologize. I can't do anything about it. I have a fan right here. I'll try to put the fan in a position where it doesn't mess up the mic, but bear with me. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? Back to the book. Last time we read about Tom Bombadilo in chapter 7, which, by the way, confused the out of me. I didn't understood almost anything on that chapter. I guess I had the experience of reading it, but other than that, I didn't get it. Today's chapter is gonna be chapter 8, Fog on the Barrow Downs. I mean, it's not too long of a chapter. I'm hoping that I understand more, or at least more than I understood on the last chapter. So let's see. Without further ado, let's begin reading. Let's go. Wow, okay. So I read like 5 to 6 pages. The chapter begins where they are still in Tom's house. I don't know what to say about the part before they leave Tom Bombadilo's house. The language that Tolkien uses to describe what's happening in Tom Bombadilo's house, I don't get. Tom is dancing for whatever reason. Here's your breakfast. Goodbye, and he dances again. I mean, I don't understand the guy. Suddenly, when they are just about to leave Tom Bombadilo's house, they remember that they hadn't said their goodbyes to Goldberry, to, I guess, Tom Bombadilo's wife. They were already leaving. They were with their ponies and everything when, I don't know if I get it. I don't know if I understand it correctly. Please let me know in the comments. But she somehow appeared beside them like an apparition or something. I literally don't understand what happened. I don't know if they continued walking or she walked with them. I don't know if it's really magical what is happening or if it's just that I'm confused. She said her goodbye. They started their journey again. They are just walking with their ponies and everything. Everything is mountains and valleys and nothing is like flat, okay? So they're just walking. All of a sudden, they reach this like flat ground, but it's flat in the top of a mountain where there's like a single stone. And it's like a single stone standing and nothing else besides it. The author explains it as if it's kind of a sign that something bad might be around. So something magical must have been here. It has to contain some kind of spell or something, because as soon as they reached that standing stone, they fell asleep like instantly. I think it says that they were just stretching themselves, you know, like stretching their legs and just fell asleep, which is obviously not normal, right? When they wake up, everything is different. The sky is different. Even the stone is colder. It seems like it's gonna rain. You know, there's wind. It's like a whole different weather than when they just had gotten there. You know what I mean? After this, some happened that I'm still trying to figure out because I still haven't finished reading. A lot of fog came. I mean, it was like some magical stuff, like when the bad guy is about to come, everything like a lot of fog comes. That happened. So much fog came to the path to wherever they are that they had to go, you know, one in front of the other in their ponies, so they could stay together and just continue the path. All of a sudden, Bilbo, which was in the front, saw some dark patches in the horizon, and he interpreted that like, hey, the fog is about to end. Let's continue. Follow me, right? He reached a point where apparently he fell. When he tried to get up, there was no one behind him. No Sam, no Mary, no whoever else was there. No Sam, no Pippin, no Mary, no one was there. He heard some cries very far away from him, like, help, I'm here, Frodo. And he tried to walk up to them, but again, the author says that he felt like he was climbing up, which he was already on top of a mountain. How can he climb up from there? You know what I mean? But whatever. When he got to the top of the other hill or mountain or whatever, wherever he is, trying to find his friends, Sam, Pippin, and Merry, he screams, "Where are you?" Trying to find Sam and his friends. Someone answers, "Here," said a voice deep and cold that seemed to come out of the ground. "I am waiting for you." "No," said Frodo. But he did not run away. His knees gave, and he fell on the ground. Nothing happened. There was no sound. Trembling, he looked up, in time to see a tall, dark figure, like a shadow against the stars. It leaned over him. He thought there were two eyes, very cold though lit, with a pale light that seemed to come from some remote distance. Then a grip stronger and colder than iron seized him. The icy touch froze his bones, and he remembered no more. I don't know what to say. Did the dark figure got him? Is it the dark figure himself, the bad guy, or is it like the dark riding horses or something? Because if it's a dark figure, the story ends, right? Because he can get the ring and just, I don't know, kill them all. That's where I stopped. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, so apparently it's not the dark figure. It's some, I don't know what it is. I forgot the name. It's a wit. I don't know how to pronounce it. The point is that apparently there were I don't know if it was an illusion or if it was magic, powerful magic or whatever it is. Please explain to me in the comments. Help me to understand it because I don't get it. They were kind of in a room, but that room was made of fog. Is that it? Sam, Pippin, and Merry were without clothes, but with treasures and golds and necklace. And I mean, what the hell is a wight? They were like that, but Frodo was kind of normal. He fell asleep when he talked to the thing, and apparently he then woke up again. I don't know. It's weird shit. He cut his hand, nothing happened, and then he remembered the song that Tom Bombadilo used to sing, and he singed it. "Ho, Tom Bombadilo, by water, wood, and hill, by the reed and willow, by fire, sun, and moon. Hearken now and hear us. Come, Tom Bombadil, for our need is near us." And yeah, all of a sudden, Tom Bombadil appeared. Okay? Tom Bombadil sang some weird ass songs like he did back in the old forest when he saved them for the first time, and the wight thing just died, I guess, and they were out of their sleepiness, whatever they had. Tom is weird. Okay, I don't know how to describe Tom, because for what are apparently bad news, he is happy. I'm just gonna read to you some extract about what happened. They were asking about their clothes, right? Sam, Pippin, and Merry, because they didn't find them. Here's what Tom said. "You won't find your clothes again," said Tom, bouncing down from the mound and laughing as he danced round them in the sunlight. One would have thought that nothing dangerous or dreadful had happened, and indeed the horror faded out of their hearts as they looked at him and saw the merry glint in his eyes. I mean, it's just weird. It's like me saying to you, "It's a great day. Your uncle is about to die." Yay! And I started dance. Bro, are you sick? Bro, you have problems. It's like contrary to logic of interacting with other people. Look, whatever Tom is, he saved them. No one answered any questions. I would naturally ask, "Thank you, but what was that?" Nobody asked that. I mean, I think that Sam or Merry or Pippin asked like what happened, and Frodo was the one to say, "Forget about it, we'll talk about it later." So that's where I left off. I think I have like 3 or 4 pages till I finish the chapter, so I'll finish it and I'll come back. Apparently, Tom had not left them yet. He went to find their ponies and this character, Fatty Lumpkin. I think he's a pony, but a pony that belongs to Tom Bombadil, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a pony or not. After Tom Bombadil got their ponies back, they kind of asked him to stay with them. And he said that I've got things to do, my making and my singing, my talking and my walking, my watching of the country. Tom can't be always near to open doors and willow cracks. Tom has his house to mind and Goldberry is waiting. I like the fact that he always brings his wife into his life, like Goldberry's waiting, you know, my wife is waiting. I don't know, I find it very responsible and very masculine in what a weird figure he is in the whole story. Even when he's trying to see what he will do with all the jewelry that the wight or whatever the monster was left behind, which still I don't get why the monster had jewelry, because it's not explained in this chapter. He says, here's a pretty toy for Tom and for his lady. Fair was she who long ago wore this on her shoulder. Goldberry shall wear it now, and we will not forget her. Then he gave some knives that, according to their size, they might as well been swords for the hobbits, because he says, old knives are long enough as swords for hobbit people, he said. Sharp blades are good to have if Shire folk go walking east, south, or far away into dark and danger. Then he told them that these blades were forged many long years ago by men of Westernesea. They were foes of the Dark Lord, but they were overcome by the evil king of Carn Dûm in the land of Angmar. Curious fact, but nothing else is explained, so I don't know. They just kept walking wherever they are, and they came back to their original trail, their original path they were supposed to find. And I even forgot that they were they were walking an actual path at the beginning, and they took a shortcut through the old forest, you know. I forgot about that. I remembered because Frodo said, well, here we are again at last. I suppose we haven't lost more than 2 days by my shortcut through the forest, but perhaps the delay will prove useful. It may have put them off our trail. I mean, so much things with Tom and this monster now has happened that I nearly forgot about the Dark Riders in this chapter specifically and the original path. Very curious, before the chapter ended, they asked Tom to please stay with them at least until they got to some kind of inn, a hotel of sorts, that Tom Bombadil told them that they would find like 4 miles ahead. So Pippin asked Tom, do you think we may have been pursued tonight? Asking of the Black Riders. And Tom said, I hope not tonight. Not perhaps the next day, but do not trust my guess. I cannot tell for certain. Out east, my knowledge fails. Tom is not master of riders from the Black Land far beyond this country. I have so many questions. Out east, my knowledge fails. What does that mean? Because in the last chapter, we thought, at least I thought, that he was God, because that's the way he was described. But it's like he's the God of the Shire. Is he the God of the old forest? Or is he the God of the land surrounding his house? I mean, what? He seems to have powers to stop trees and evil things in the old forest. He seems to have powers to stop this wight or whatever this monster was. He seems to just tell things to stop, and things stop. You know what I mean? Now he says that in some sort of direction out east, my knowledge fails. What do you mean it fails? So your powers have limits? It's interesting that the way he puts it is knowledge, not power. My knowledge fails. I mean, does he not know the history of them then? The other thing is that he says, Tom is not master of riders from the Black Land. Black Land? This is the first time I hear it. Wasn't it Mordor? Wasn't it? I mean, whatever. I haven't seen the map today, but you know, if you have the map from that, on the lower right part of the map, you see the land that I'm talking about. From all I know, that's where the dark figure is, right? I've never heard or read somebody called it the Black Land. Why is it called the Black Land? Can it be said that Tom is the master of everything but the Black Riders? I don't know, man. Tom's phrasing is weird. He says, Tom's country ends here. He will not pass the borders. Tom has his house to mind, and Goldberry is waiting. It's like if he gets out of his border, he will die out of those borders. You know what I mean? This chapter ended by them they kept walking, and apparently they found this hotel of sorts that they were looking for. Before them rose Bree Hill, bearing the way, a dark mass against misty stars, and under its western flank nested a large village. Towards it they now hurried, desiring only to find a fire and a door between them and the night. So guys, this chapter I understood better than the last one. Tom had a lot to do with this chapter, but I think that J.r.r. Tolkien's writings in general are confusing to me, specifically because his wording sometimes I don't get. I have to Google some words so I can understand them. But this chapter I understood better. Next chapter is chapter 9, The Sign of the Prancing Pony. So without further ado, I'll just see you on the next chapter. Bye.